Hello everybody. I just wanted to show you this tank. Well, actually a couple tanks. I just set up. I actually emptied out a bunch of plecos. I put them into a 40 breeder and combined another tank into a 10 and set up this scape. And this scape has got a bunch of lava rock in it, some quartz, then a lot of finer lava rock, and I put some black sand in over here. And we're going to use this for Neocaridina. We're going to get some red cherry shrimp from L.R.Bretz, and we're going to show the unboxing, see what's coming. And I actually got some plants coming with those as well, and we'll check those out. And here's the 10 that we did, and they're a little cloudy because I just set them up. I've got the notification that they are gonna make it here today when they weren't supposed to. But these tanks, just so you know, are older tanks. They've been cycled for a long time. We've been running fish in them for a year or so. You can see there's still mold and all kinds of goodies on there. If we get a little closer on the back, and I know I don't have these backs painted, but you can see some stuff growing on them, and that's important with shrimp because you're going to need them to be able to get in there and graze on things. We'll cover a little bit of that when we do the unboxing, but I just wanted to show the setup before we showed the acclimation process and everything we're going to do with the shrimp that come in. I've got red cherry shrimp and I've got blue shrimp coming in as well. And L.R.Bretz has his own site and is supposed to have a really good shrimp. This is the first time I'm doing them from him, so I wanted to check it out. Full disclosure, I've failed at shrimp before. I think a lot of people have. You know, just going to your general pet store and buying shrimp they have on the shelf. A lot of them don't really give you great advice with them. Done a lot more research now and ready to try it again. So we'll check out some more here. Okay guys, the shrimp have arrived from L.R.Bretz. They came in this. They actually came a little bit earlier. I think I ordered them on Monday and it's Thursday, Friday, and they're here. So, and they didn't ship they weren't supposed to get here till the 4th, which is next Monday. So I'm really pleased with the shipping. I just happened to look, he sent me an invoice and said it was gonna give me a tracking number, and I looked today and it said they were gonna come. So I rushed down and finished up my tanks for them a couple days earlier. There's all the packaging stuff on here. They came 3-day priority, and they came in this looks like a 6x8 UPS box. So let's open them up and see what we did. We're expecting to get 12 Neocaridina, the red cherry shrimp, his line, which is a really nice one, and we're supposed to get 6, I believe, Blue Dreams. It might be 5 or 6. I'm just putting those in a 10-gallon. I want to see how they do. And just in a simple order of willow moss. I've had bad luck with, believe it or not, Java moss in the past. So I thought I'd try different moss with these guys. This knife is terribly dull. I should have got a better one. But I'm trying not to cut into them too far. So we're getting into them. And let's see. It's a little thing from L.R.Bretz. They're also given a sticker, which is really cool. Some heat packs. He actually put a heat pack in right now. So the shipping on this was $15. And this came with a heat pack, so that's pretty good because the actual shipping is $10. I think $10.90 is what he paid to ship it here. And it was $15, so when you consider his time in packing and all that stuff, that's actually a really good deal. I love that he recycles stuff. Uses his Kroger bags, which is cool, rather than just buying stuff and wasting everything. It's really cool to see that they're recycling and using different stuff. Alright, let's see what we got in here. And he packs it in this. I watched a video on his packing. He actually packs everything in this. Alright, and there's some of the moss. Alright, and here we got Blue Dreams. It looks like they're all alive and healthy. They're a little cold. There's a tiny, tiny little guy in there. I don't know if you can see him. I think there's 6 in there. We'll have to check that out, but it looks like they're all there. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, and I think the tiny guys, maybe a couple tiny extras. Try not to set them down and squish them in a corner. And these should be the fire shrimp. All right. There they are. It looks like there's quite a few in there, so that's awesome. I'm sure they're a little stressed out, so not coloring up awesome, but there's a couple big females by the looks of it in there, and a few males. We'll get them in to acclimate here real shortly, and get them going. A little bit of water leakage here, but nothing bad. And looks like they have a piece of stuff in there to hang on to, which is really cool. They do apparently like to hang on to stuff when they're being shipped. So overall, really pleased with those blue ones. They look great. Wasn't expecting the really big blue ones there. So they look really good. All right, and we'll show acclimating them here real shortly and putting them in their tanks after we get them acclimated. Okay guys, we're down into the fish room, and I'm just checking out L.R.Bretz's tips for success. And for shrimp, he says, simply plop and drop the shrimp into their new home or temporary quarantine. Note temp instructions below. Noticeable temperature differences. Sit back in room temp to come to temp. Then follow the instructions above. Do not float the breather bags. He did ship these in breather bags. They are a little bit cold. The first time I scanned them, they were about 66. This tank they're sitting on is my Pleco tank, my 40 breeder, and runs about 80 degrees. And I set them right on top of it here by the light and right in front of the filter. And I'm using my infrared, and 69, 70-ish. And they're going to go into 71, almost 72. So I'm going to bring them up just a little bit, a couple degrees. And they've already come up a couple degrees, so they'll get there real shortly. And this is back to the home they're going to go into, and I'll show you when we plop them in here and let them go. This is the willow moss. Throw it in there. I did expect to get a little bit more willow moss. Not complaining about it though. It's really, really healthy looking stuff, and hopefully it grows pretty quickly. That little bit, you know, it was only $5, so I was really pleased with the price of it. So if it does take off, then it'll be really awesome in here covering those rocks. Give them a really good spot to eat. Okay guys, it's been a few minutes. Here's the bag. They're up to temperature. This tank is a little bit cooler, it's 71. So we're gonna actually do these. They've made it to the Blue Dreams, are not quite up to temp. I can tell you one thing I don't necessarily love about these breathers is the shrimp can get right up to the top. You get in these little creases, and it's kind of tough to
get them out.
See, they're going right up into the tippy top there, and where I'm trying to cut it, they want to be. All right, I don't see any, so I'm going to try real fast. All right, in we go. And this is the plop and drop method like they want us to do. We got them all, hopefully, into the net. And we're going to go quickly into the fish tank. They're swimming around like crazy.
Ooh, I think one's dead.
Let go of it. Let them take their time. And we're double checking the bag. Just going to look real fast.
There's a dead one in
Here, check this. I don't think that one's dead, sweetheart. I think it's just hanging on. There it goes. So, in this huge tank, they basically all disappeared. But let me double check everything here. Let me pick you up and get you a look.
I see 1, 2.
Okay, we just put them in here, and they seem to all be doing all right so far. They're quickly crawling around on those rocks and through the moss. There's one. And we'll sit here and monitor them for a little bit, but that seemed to work all right. Made me a little bit nervous for a minute, but I think it's going to turn out okay. So far, L.R.Bretz's advice is really good, and the shrimp look really good for having just traveled for a few days. And the outside temp, I think, is about 45 or 50 right now. It's not real warm. And these little guys are actually already starting to eat. That's a really good sign, huh? Look at that. Like I said, we had this tank set up before, so it's a little bit seasoned tank. It had fish in it. Just moved plecos out of it a day or 2 days ago and set this all up. I hope that moss grows really cool, really fast. It looks really awesome. So I'm pleased with the look of it and vigor. It really is nice. All right, guys. In a few minutes, we're gonna put in the blue dreams and see how they look.
In here?
Okay, guys, we are going to do the blue dreams. They've come up to temperature. They were a little bit chillier, which was odd. There was 2 different bags and they were off by a few degrees. I didn't explain this situation or the setup before, but this is simple plop and drop. These are breather bags, that's why you can't float them, and because the way they exchange the oxygen and CO2, if you put them underwater, it doesn't allow that to happen. I just have a pitcher here hooked on, and I'm gonna dump. You watched me do the last one, but I'm gonna dump this through a net and catch all the shrimp in the net, and then just put them in. Again, they do like to get up in the top here, so it's a little bit difficult. You got to be careful not to get them, but I'm ready to go with it. And here we go. Ooh, I hope that didn't get a shrimp. It was almost a failure. I'll check the floor here in a second. I hope I didn't get one on the floor. I did get one stuck in the bag. I hope I didn't cut him in half. The one that was stuck in the bag is safe. Alright, I'm going to bring you guys up with me real quick. Check them out in here. Okay, and we've got them in here. They're clinging to the net a little bit, but they're down on the bottom. There they are. And they are already settling right in, so I think they're all just fine. And just so you know, I did get down on the floor and look and make sure none of the shrimp hit the floor. I'm doing my net right now, so I'm double checking just to make sure I don't have any clingers. It's hard to see. Some of these guys are really small, so which is fine though, because he sent plenty of shrimp. I'm going to just set this in the water here while I talk to you guys. Alright, let's check them out as soon as they went in. Pardon the drips on there. But their color is great. That one back there is really dark blue. And it came in a bunch of different sizes and everything too, which was nice. And a little bit of intensities. Some of the paler ones are generally going to be the males, is what I've discovered. It's nice to have a few different sizes in there and make sure you get males and females. There's one swimming up there. And they settle in really quick when you do it that way. And they immediately go to eating, which is pretty cool. I'll show you the reds down here. And there's a little itty bitty one up close, and where'd it go? Eating right there. You can see them all swimming around in there and doing just fine. They really like these sponge filters that have been sitting here for days, or sitting here for
months.
A while. Yeah, months or weeks, collecting up gunk from all the plecos that were in here. I did spy a baby pleco that got left behind, so there is one in here at least. All right. So one of the other things, at some point we will talk about these. I'm going to review these at some point. I've been working on them for a while. These are the inexpensive lights that I've been getting from Walmart. They're only like $8 or LEDs. 5,000 Kelvin. If I can get that to focus, yeah. 10 watt, 5,000 Kelvin. They're 18-inch bars. They work really well on your 10s. You can see this one. It'll probably blind you. Put that one on that 10 there. Sorry for the jumbling you all around. But that really brightens up these little 10s. And like I said, $8.97, I think. So a really inexpensive way to do LEDs on your tanks. I didn't have many grow lights for plants on these tanks, but I did want to get some plants growing in here for the shrimp because they'll like that. And the other trick I did with those that I was going to tell you, so those lights have been on here, and I've left them on 24 hours a day for the last couple days to grow some of that funk that you see on the glass. So these shrimp immediately have cool stuff to eat. So they all seem to be doing really well. The scape looks pretty cool with them in here, I think. I'm trying to get there, yes. Some really cool rocks we went out and got. And that's it. These ones, I'm really pleased with L.R.Bretz. He did a great job, or they did a great job. And their stuff seems to be awesome so far. I know it's only been 15 minutes or so, but so far everything seems really healthy. I can't imagine that, you know, these guys are getting right to eating that quickly, which is pretty awesome. So can't imagine they're eating that quickly and not gonna do well. So all right, folks, thanks for watching. All right, these guys have been in here for about an hour and they're really starting to settle in. I just wanted to show you how blue these guys are. They're really beautiful. They really sent a really nice blue shrimp. Alright, we are 24 hours later checking out some of these shrimp that we got from L.R.Bretz. They seem to be coloring up nicely and settling into their new home. I was really nervous about doing the plop and drop like he had described there, but it seems to have worked out really well. Everything I've read online, for the most part, says don't do it that way, do acclimation, but I got his instructions and figured he has been doing it for a while and doing it well, so I went ahead and did it his way, and it seems to have worked out pretty well. The one thing I would do and will do in the future, and I didn't think about it when I did this, was to just quickly, while acclimating, do, you know, one bag and then do like a water test. Just make sure the, you know, your pH isn't really far off or something wild. But I guess what would you do if it wasn't, you know, drip acclimation? A lot of the times they say that it kind of makes it worse. So I don't know, it worked well. Temperature is important. Don't float those bags. They are breather bags. And these guys are looking great. The blue, these ones got a lot more color. The Blue Dreams, you know, they really acclimated super quickly and had great color right out of the gate. So I will show you those real quick here. But these guys are coming along nicely and eating. Again, as always, pardon the glass. I don't see many of them right now. There's one right there. And there are more big ones in this tank, so that's probably why their color looks a little bit better. See if we can find any. And there are not enough plants in here. And we'll get some more plants and toss in here. But this is bad footage because you can't see any of them. There's one swimming. There's one on the back. I know there's one in here, see if I can zoom in on him. It just looks kind of black on that red. But they're a really nice dark blue that's really shiny too, so I really like the way they look. Alright, and I don't think we're gonna make you wait any longer before we post it. We might come back and do a checkup on them in a week or two or a month or so and just see how they're coming out then. There's a good picture of that blue one finally. But they're starting to color up. They look great. The shipping was awesome. L.R.Bretz did a great job. Every single one he sent me survived, so, and I got extras. Thanks for watching, guys.